Okay, so today, as I said, we focus on the main information about the call, because we need to do it. First and second, on more practical information. So during the presentation, we'll tell you about new scheme, new instruments for SMEs, and not also SMEs, but more business oriented, not research oriented, for bigger consortia, and about the EIC Accelerator rules, evaluation process, and at the end, as I said, the new portal. And for sure, we will be talking more than 1 hour and a half. So let's say we will be flexible. I mean, if there is many questions, we'll try to cut what we say. Yes, our presentation, not cut, but speed it up, and then we'll have more time for answers, Q&As. If not, we will continue with information and leave, let's say, 15 or 10 minutes for Q&A. So during the whole presentation, please write in the chat your questions. We will answer it at the end. We'll show it as a presentation, all this questions collected, because of course, as you know, some questions may be 2 or 3 times asked. So we will collect it in let's say, topics, and we'll answer all your questions connected to EIC Accelerator. So something more about us. I'm expert evaluator since 2015, and I was evaluating for EASME, of course. Now it's EISMEA agency, so it was joined from 2 agencies for one, and it was for SME instrument calls, and then EIC Accelerator pilot evaluation. And I must say that it was a lot, because it was 5 years, almost 5 years, and I think the amount of application was about 400. So it's really a lot. I also evaluated calls in security and use space area for RIA, so in security calls, and in CESAR joint undertaking calls. So now you know that my area is security and use space, so drones, UAVs, air passes, and etc. But what more about me, and after me also about Darek. We were alumni of the program Top 500 Innovators, and the program was established by our Polish Ministry of Science, and it was specially designed program for people who worked in research and science, but also in technology transfer, commercialization, to learn from the best ecosystem for innovation in the world, of course. So we went to California and attended in a special course. I was in Berkeley, and Darek was in Stanford, at Stanford University, and it was let's say we did evaluators from EIC Accelerator or SM Instrument didn't know each other, because there was no possibility to know, but we of course know each other because of this program, and we've decided to share our experience, share our knowledge, and spread best practices on application for this call. Not also this one, but especially this one, because we have the biggest experience in this call. But I also work for the Research Institute in Poland, which is in defense and security area, exactly in aviation, exactly. So I have experience, of course, in commercialization, project and risk management, business development, in R&D organizations, and science to business cooperation. Darek, could you please describe your experience?
Yeah, thank you so much, Anna. I'm an entrepreneur, so I'm a CEO of medtech company, and I was involved in many projects which are related to the medtech sectors and health. And I used to be a remote evaluator at the SME instrument, and now I'm a EIC jury member, which is the last stage of the evaluation process. So it's generally all about me, but what I wanted to add is that my experience, which is practical, and also the support of EIC in the evaluation process, give me a chance to get familiar with all the process, with the ways of how people are presenting the products in their applications. So I would like to, during this 4 webinars, I will try to share this knowledge with you, and but feel free to ask questions, because we are here to support your ideas, your projects in this application process. Anna? Oh, probably there is a problem with connection with Anna. I will try to switch to my presentation. This was quite short introductions at the beginning, and okay, Anna.
I'm back.
Okay, so continue,
please. Can you see the presentation now?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, what's new? What's new in Horizon Europe for SMEs? So the EIC Council have a few schemes for let's say different stages of development of innovation, and also for different participants, for SMEs, for bigger companies, and also for cooperation to R&D institutions. So our focus is on third pillar. So Innovative Europe, and you have first scheme, European Innovation Council, second is European Innovation Ecosystems, and European Institute of Innovation and Technology. We will focus on EIC, and you will see the next structure, which is also divided into few calls and schemes for calls. So the pillar 3. So Innovating Europe is in generally focused on stimulating market and creating breakthroughs and disruptive innovation ecosystems conducive to innovation. And especially EIC, European Innovation Council, is focused on support to innovations with breakthrough and market creating potential. European Innovation Ecosystems is another one, which is connecting to regional and national innovation actors. And the the last but not least, of course, European Institute of Innovation and Technology is focused on bringing key actors, research, but also education and business together around common goal for nurturing innovation. But of course, we will focus on EIC. So what we have in EIC, because EIC is, in EIC we have, in EIC we have special calls for SMEs, like your SMEs. So the first is Pathfinder. It's for advanced research on breakthrough or game-changing technologies. So it's a little similar to Accelerator, but it's for bigger undertakings, and also with in cooperation to research organization, and also it's more research. I mean, it's lower TRL, it's lower technology readiness level taken into account in this special call. Transition is transforming research results into innovation opportunities, and also follow-up results from Pathfinder and ERC proof of concept. So this is something between, yes, so this is something between Pathfinder and actually EIC Accelerator, not exactly, but this is something between. So what you can have after Pathfinder or this ERC proof of concept, you can go, you can apply for another grant for another time. I mean, another stage of innovation, commercialization or even research. Yeah. And EIC Accelerator is for individual companies to develop and scale up breakthrough innovation or game-changing innovation with high risk and high impact. So in this scheme, we have grant funding, so some research, equity funding for commercialization, and we also have business acceleration service. What means that if you are in, you have the support from EIC in different areas. I mean, also coaching, but also on the platform there is artificial intelligence platform features, some features which can help you to prepare the application or to find funding schemes for your innovation and so on. So so this is 3 types of EIC schemes. And what else? There is also EIC fund. So this is focused on VC fund or European Commission shareholder. And the main focus is on bridging equity funding gap to early stage or crowdfunding in other investors. And business acceleration service is, as I said, access to advice to business partners and to innovation ecosystems and first. And we will have the last one webinar focused on these other teams. So today we are going to focus on Accelerator, and we will talk about Pathfinder transition and the rest at the last one webinar. So EIC Accelerator rules. Darko, are you ready? Darek will tell you the rules.
Yes, thank you so much.
Okay, do you have your own presentation and you can share it? Or I will change your slides.
Okay. Could you see it? Yes.
So I have to stop sharing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
now it's yours.
Yeah. Can you see my presentation? Yes.
Yes.
So, okay. Thank you so much, Anna, for the introduction, first part of the presentation. And just to make a short conclusion based on what Anna said is that if your product or your idea is at a very early stage, you should apply to the Pathfinder or transition programs. But if your product and is at quite at quite late stage of the development, because it should be MVP so the project or product should be validated at least in the laboratory settings. You can start to think about making application to EIC program. So this part will be, I will try to I will talk about some technical aspects of the application process at this moment, and just to show you how the way of the application looks like, and what should be done on the whole during the whole process of our application to the EIC Accelerator program. This is the information at the beginning is that EIC Accelerator, this is the first year of this program. Last year there was a EIC Accelerator pilot, and before there was SME instrument, and there are lots of changes between these programs, mainly linked with the application process. So that's why we decided to focus on this process at the beginning, just to make you familiar with this process. So for sure, it's for SMEs or startups. Consortia are not allowed anymore. So this the startup or SME can apply alone only, and this is for SMEs with products which are innovative, which can disrupt the world, and which can create a new market, which can disrupt existing ones. This should be deep tech. And why? Because money from this program are for those companies who need it for the development of the product, because it's quite very innovative, which means it's very risky for private investors to finance at the stage of the development. And who can apply? Okay. So as I told you before, it's SME or startup, and it could be, this is quite new, it could be also a small mid-cap, medium-size company, which is, according to the definition, is up to 500 employees, but those companies can apply only for the investment part of the project of this program. Just to be clear, there are two parts, which is grant. One is grant part, and the second one is investment part. And the application can be done also by one or more natural persons. The important is that those persons should be from one of EU member states or associated countries, and they should establish the company in one EU member states and or associated countries before signing the agreement with EIC Accelerator. The application can also be done by investors who are going to invest in the SME, in the SME or startup, but the contract will be signed with the company at the end of the day. And this could be also people from non-associated third countries, but the idea is that before signing the contract with EIC Accelerator, they have to relocate existing company to Europe or associated countries, or to establish the new one here in Europe. If your company is located in UK because of Brexit, you are allowed for the application only for the grant part of the application. And if you have already sent the application to EIC Accelerator program, you have to wait until you will receive the evaluation results, because you cannot apply to the time before you will receive the results of the evaluation of the project which was sent before. The similar situation is if you are already beneficiary of EIC Accelerator pilot or SME instrument. You have to wait until you will finish the current project before you will send the next application. And this is generally the idea, but there is one exception. If you decided to apply only for the grant part during the project, ongoing project, you can make application for the investment part. This is because this is the idea that when you are developing your device or your product based on the grant money, you should apply for the investment part to support the financing of the scale up and commercialization part without making a gap in the financing process, because this application process takes time. And before you will start any application, this is information for those who are very new with this program, with this EIC Accelerator program. You have to register your company and the participant and tender portal. And my advice is to do it at least a few weeks before making the application, because the response from the European Commission sometimes takes time. So you have to register your company. And what kind of support you can receive? You can apply for, let's say, blended finance, which is grant and investment part together. You can apply for the grant or investment separately. So what does it mean? Grant part is to support the development of the product from TRL 5.6 till TRL 8, which means that you have to have finished the development of the product at the TRL 5 at least. So this could be a TRL 5, which means that your product was verified at least at the lab environment. And until 8, which means that at TRL 8 you are ready. Your product is almost ready. Is ready for sure. It's ready to start the commercialization process. And asking for grant, you can ask for grant only. But you have to prove in the application that you will have money for the scale up and the commercialization process at the end of the grant. Because if you are applying for the grant only, you are saying to the Commission that I do not need money for the commercialization. I need money for increase the stage of the development of our product, of my product, and after that I'm going to use another money to make commercialization. But there is a quite new option in this application process. You can ask for grant first. This is still requires significant work to validate and demonstrate in relevant environments to assess its commercial potential. to be a clear vision of the possibility for scale up and commercialization. And of course, if your product is at the quite late stage of the development, which means TL9, you can ask for investment part only and skip the application for the grant part. And what does it mean? So we have a grant part of this project and investment part. The grant is maximum 2.5 million euro, but the eligible cost is reimbursed at the level of 70%. Sometimes, especially startups, do not have money to support for the own contribution of at the level of 30%. So you can make application for blended finance and use money from the investment part to support the development of the grant. So 30% for the own contribution of 30% to the grant can be taken from investment part. So grant is for the time of 24 months maximum, and small mid-caps cannot apply for the grant part. They can apply only for the investment part. And there is also investment part of the grant application. The minimum is $500,000, the maximum is 15 million euro. And just to be clear, until the application to the grant part, you are talking to the Commission, European Commission. When you are starting to make application for the investment part, you are starting to talk to the European Investment Fund. The European Commission is one of the stakeholders of this fund, but this is independent financial institution, and the rules of obtaining investment from this institution is the same as from private investors or private investing financial companies at the market. So, but this special financial institution is to support the financing gap in the development and the scale up of the projects, products which are very innovative and sometimes usually do not have another chance to obtain the money for this part of the development because of very long process, very expensive process, and a very risky process. And we will talk in more details later on about this investment part and how the European Investment Fund is working. But one thing, there are a few things which are very important, which differentiate this fund from other private institution, is that this is a quite patience capital. So they are expecting to stay at the company on average it's 17 years. Usually private companies are going to make an exit from the company after 5 years, and they are investing in the company instead of equity usually, and usually they do not take more than 25% of the voting shares. Sometimes quite often it means also equity in the company. And okay, if you just to be clear, don't worry if you applied for the investment part. It doesn't mean that it would be the only investor in your company. Sometimes you already have investors on board. So this would be an additional investor, but the idea of the investing process is that the European Investment Fund signing the investment agreement with your company from the first day will support you in the scale up and commercialization process, but also will try to look for other investors make your commercialization process more reliable, faster, and easier to do. So the process is speeding up very much the scale up of your product. Usually, for sure, these products should be at the scale up at the European level at least, but usually they are global products. So there are big players on the market who can do these things. And what I wanted to tell you that EIC Accelerator, this is the application not only for the money. These are smart money, because being a beneficiary of this program, you will receive the access to the set of business development services. So you will receive the access to the mentors, coaches, to the trainings. Also, you will have access to the network where you can find another investors, you can find your end users, you can find distributors, you have access to the innovation ecosystem, so the incubators, accelerators, also to EEN, which is Enterprise European Network. This is a huge European network, so you can use it to mitigate all the risk which you found on the way of the commercialization, during the commercialization process, to speed up your market deployment. And this is a very important part of this program. Everybody is working for you because this is a business of all the parties who are involved in your project to make success at the end of the day. So there are some principles of the evaluation process, which means you can apply, make the application. There are two applications: the short applications, which is a very beginning of the application process, and there is a full applications later on. So you can make a short applications at any time you want, whenever you wish, and send to the portal. Everything is done electronically, so via a web page, and wait for the evaluation results. There is, which is very new, there is also AI-based IT platform. This AI-based IT platform will be described in the second part of our webinar today also. But this platform is used to support you in the application process, which means during making the short application, but also it is supporting you during the full application process. But this tool can be used by you also to find the best way of financing of your project. It doesn't mean that it will be there. On the list there is EIC Accelerator program, of course, but there are also national programs, grant programs. There are also some opportunities which are related to the investment or fundraising from banks, if your company is ready to talk with banks at this moment. And also this AI-based IT platform will also support you in assessment of the novelty of your idea, of your project, because it will also check automatically all the informations which are available in the internet, in the patents databases, in the ongoing projects in the world, to compare your idea with everything which is going on in the world, and give you this feedback that something was already done, or there are some risks related with IPR could be during the commercialization part. And okay, the third point is also new, because there is a limitation in the resubmissions number. If your project will be rejected at any stage of the application process, you will have only limited number of possibilities to resubmit this project. It's good, because in the past there were lots of applications for every call, thousands of applications from all the countries in Europe, and now the system and also the reviewers, evaluators have much more time to evaluate the projects and to make a decision about financing or not. And this is also important from the point of view of the whole process, because before there was only a full applications, now it's a short application and full application, so it takes time. If you failed at the last stage of application process, which means during the interview in front of EIC jury members, you can receive a second chance, so you do not have to went back to the beginning of the process. You can come to the next meeting with the jury, but I will tell you in details later on about this process. In the past, this is also new. In the past, the evaluators were score your applications based on points, but now it is not possible. They can give you a go or no go for every section, which means excellence, impact, and implementation section. There are two main sections of the application, and they can give you only go and no go. And there is also enhanced transparency. The same in past, what you can receive after rejecting your application, it was a very short information that something is wrong, something is missing, and there is a problem with one of the parts of the applications, but without any details. Now you will receive all the feedback from the reviewers, from the evaluators. And my advice is use it to improve your applications during resubmission. This is crucial. And okay, all the projects promote this innovativeness, but this in artificial intelligence-based platform is not only a tool to send the application, but this is the tool which can significantly which can support you during this application process, because it is giving you a feedback, real feedback. It is based on some algorithms which are unknown at this moment, and probably they will be confidential all the time. But based on this platform, you can receive a real feedback in lots of and gets lots of information which are really useful in the application process. And the calls, the short applications open call every time that you will receive evaluation results in 2 to 4 weeks. The full application, there are two options. This is open call, any kind of technology. This is bottom up. idea, any kind of technology can be presented in the application. So you can send in this program any kind of technology. And challenges, which is limited to the strategic digital and health technologies, and also Green Deal. And this year, for the full applications, deadlines are June 16th of June and the 6th of October. Okay. Thank you so much. Welcome back after the break. I will start and I will take the second part of the presentation. So just to still make some conclusions, you have a company which have an innovative, disruptive product which will change the whole world, the whole market, or disrupt existing ones, and you do not have much money, and for sure you do not have money to finalize the development and scale up and commercialization process. The EIC Accelerator is the program which is dedicated for you. What you have to do, you have to make a short application at the beginning of the process and send to the system, which is electronic system, and wait for the evaluation results. If they will be positive, you can start to make the full application, apply to the project with the full applications. This application will be reviewed, and if you will be succeeded, you will be invited for the interview with EIC in front of EIC jury members. If you will be succeeded, you are ready to sign the agreement, which means grant agreement, and start to talk with investment fund, European investment fund, to sign the investment agreement. And now in more details about the process. So the short application consists of three parts. The first part is to answer, maybe not answer, but fill in the informations which are related to a kind of questions, but please do not answer these questions, but put the most important informations which are related to these questions. And you have only 1,000 characters for each section. The whole application is not more than 5 pages. You can submit a 10-slide pitch deck. You will submit pitch deck at the beginning of the application, short application and the full application. This could be 2 different pitch decks, and this is reasonable because you are more experienced when you are making full applications than at the beginning of the way. So don't worry. Make the pitch deck, this presentation, and you will have to send a video pitch, 3 minutes video pitch. What is important? Please try in very simple way to show your product, your idea, in this 3 minutes video pitch, and also in this pitch deck. Show the novelty of your product. You should show that the time is right for this product, and especially in the pitch deck, you have to show that this project can have a potential to scale up, that you have significant financial needs. Don't forget to include the information what will be the influence, what will be the impact, social impact, economic impact, environmental impact, or climate impact on the climate. These are very important because of the policy of European Union. And this is one of the two moments in the application process when you can show your team. This is a very important part. Show your team. In this presentation, there could be only 3 person. This should be company core members for sure. Show that you have that you are a team very much motivated, and that you are the only persons in the world who can deliver this project to this product to the market. Show that your team is working together, that you have complementary resources. So each means that one of those persons should be have business skills, the second one technical skills. Probably if it's in the section of health, there should be a person with skills in medicine. So make the presentation together. So don't try to let the only one person to talk all the time. Everybody should have a time to talk, and show your motivation. This is very important. The team is crucial. It's usually the main risk of successful delivery of the project to the market. So team is crucial. This is the first moment. The second moment is when you will present in front of the jury, EIC jury. So that's the idea. This is a short application, so you have to respond to the questions. You have to make a 10-slide pitch deck and 3 minutes video. When you send this application to the system, this application will be sent to four experts, and you need at least 2 goals. So at least 2 experts have to say go in every section of the application. If not, you have a possibility for one resubmission. When you finish, and if you are succeeded with the short applications, you will start to prepare the full application. The full application consists of the text, which is related to 3 sections, which is excellence, impact, and implementation. But it includes also a pitch deck, which cannot change between the application and the presentation at the EIC, in front of EIC jury members. So this should be the same pitch deck during this presentation, which was sent at this stage of the application process. And you will have the access to AI-based platform, which can support you which will support you for sure in the application process. But you will also have the access to the coaches, to the mentors who can support you in preparation of some parts of this application. The application is only a way in which you can give the information about the project, deliver this information about the project, about your product to the reviewers. But these coaches, these mentors, can support you probably, for example, in building a business canvas model to build a good business model, or make the financial analysis, which is included in these applications. So you should look at your team, where are some gaps in some resources. You need some support, external support. You can ask for it, and you will receive to build a good application and and to show all the informations which are needed for the evaluators to really good evaluate this and score this project. So you will submit a full proposal to the system. It goes to 3 experts, and all of them should say go to be succeeded. If there is one no-go, you still have a possibility for one resubmission. And if you are succeeded, you will make a pitch in front of EIC jury members, and the presentation is 10 minutes. You should know that all the jury members have had the access to your full applications, and they know everything you put in the applications. It was delivered to this jury members, so they have knowledge about your product, about your ideas, about your business model, about your way of implementation, of deployment of this product to the market, and they also have questions. So first, you have 10 minutes. Nobody will interrupt you during this 10 minutes. Please use 9 minutes 58 seconds. Don't try to use 10 minutes and 1 second, because you will be interrupted very shortly when 10 minutes is gone. And make the clear presentation, and also show your team and motivation. Please do not forget that contribution, this is not rule, but this is the advice. The contribution of the core members should be 100% in the project. And then you have 30 minutes for question and answers. So everyone from jury will ask you a question. Please try to answer very short, because there is only 30 minutes to answer all the questions. If there will be no time to answer some questions, the jury members will not have the opportunity to receive this information from you. So this could be treated as a risk for the project, because there is no answer for the question. And jury decision is done in 25 minutes. So pitch, respond to the questions, up to 6 jury members. These jury members are entrepreneurs, or mainly they are people who are involved in project analysis for financing in private institutions or investors. So the business aspect and also the technical aspects are very important at this stage. And if go, the contract will be prepared for you. If no go with second chance, there is a possibility for one resubmission. If no go with seal of excellence or rejected, there still is one possibility for resubmission. What does it mean, seal of excellence? It means that you received gold in every section by the remote evaluators, and you received go in excellence in impact by jury, business acceleration services, and also to hold the network, which is behind the enterprise European network and all the system which and SMEs, this to the network. It's good to do it, because sometimes if you was rejected with a seal of excellence, the information about your project product will be distributed to investors or some investing companies could be interested in supporting us, and you can start to talk directly with those people, and access to the private decide not to apply the gate for submission. Submission is allowed. If for the second time you will be rejected at this stage, you will have to wait 12 months. And went back to the short application. If your full application rejected once for one resubmission, if directly to the full application. If not, after 12 months, you can start with short application. If you were rejected at the interview, you can come directly for the interview next to interviews, approve jury based on the feedback from the jury member. Direct application. And if you are rejected for the second time, you have to wait 12 months and start from the beginning. And there is AI-based platform. I things at the beginning, and I will go into details how it works and how the process. Okay, there is a discovery which helps you to find the best which informations about other patents, other projects which are ongoing in the world, about other informations about similar projects or products on the market. And you will receive the support from full applications, and also evaluators have access to this platform. They have access also to the feedback which was delivered by this platform. And now, Anna.
Yes,
Anna,
yes.
are you with us?
I'm with you.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Stop sharing.
Okay, so I start sharing. I was just looking for some more information for you. Right. What's new in the proposal preparation? So first of all, as Darek said, and I also said before, we have a platform, EIC Artificial Intelligence Platform. I will tell you some general things about this, and then I will show you the portal, because as I know from your comments on the chat, so not many of you have experience with Horizon 2020, so with Horizon Europe 2. So I will show you our portals, two portals, because it might be a little scary at the beginning. So I just want to show you that and assure you that it's not scary so much. So so first of all, about the platform. At the platform, we have 5 steps of application, and first step before the short application is discovery and diagnostic module, so-called the discovery and diagnostic module. What does it mean? It means that this artificial intelligence support for your company to find the best funding opportunity at the moment. You create an application. It's a kind of application. You put some information about your idea or about your project, about your. It depends on which stage you are, of course. So you put some information about your innovation, and this artificial intelligence helps to find search on internet and find on the European Commission portal the best opportunities for funding for your innovation at this very stage which you are on. The second one is a short application. About the short application, Darek told you a lot. The same is with the preparation of full application. It means that on this platform you have a support. So this platform helps you to communicate with the coach, to find any other advices or useful information for application preparation, and then will be the submission of this full application. It's also on this platform, and the remote evaluation, so it's for evaluators, it's also on this platform. As we know from information from European Commission, so this face-to-face interviews, it might be hybrid. I mean, it might be on site in Brussels, or it might be on the platform. I mean, online. It depends on the situation, right? And that's why on this platform we have a solution for all situations, and that's why it's let's say hybrid. In this discovery and diagnostic modules, we have as I said, in this discovery, so best available funding opportunities at regional, national, and EU level. So you choose your country also, and you will have information also from your country. And not only for grants, so also for investment funding and any other funding opportunities. As I said, for that stage on which you are with your innovation. Diagnostic model will provide you with an assessment of your concept idea against a large number of scientific publications, patents, and successful European projects. So it helps you to find information you need at what state of the art stage you are, and find some more information about IPR, which is also key information for full application preparation. So these diagnostic and discovery modules are really useful, and I really suggest you to use it, because you might really find of course, prepare the application for EIC Accelerator, but also find another funding opportunities for the innovation at national or regional level, which can also helps you co-fund other activities than in EIC Accelerator. So I really recommend you to use it. The formula is really short. I will show you a little later, so it's not really scary. Questions. questions are here, so you will have it on the presentation. For example, what type of solution do you have in mind? So you have to describe your solution as clearly as possible, and as Darek said, because in most of these spaces are only 1,000 characters, so you have to be really really clear, you know, in what you want to say. And I used to recommend to use elevator pitch in that cases. I mean, really clear information. What is your solution? The second one, what is the purpose of your project? So what is your main objective, right? Acronym of the proposal, of course. Describe your solution. So this 1,000, well, not 1,000, sorry, 1,000 characters. Describe why the problem to be solved or the need to be satisfied. Because in Horizon 2020 it was similar. Now in Horizon Europe, I think even more attention is paid for challenges. So you have to find the challenge which your innovation is the different way. That your innovation is the solution for some problem, for some challenge from work program, actually. Who? So something more about you, about your company, or is it startup or not? Yeah, about the sector of activity, about the team. As Darek said, this is very important. For whom? So also on that stage, you have to define the target market or target users group. And of course, about the impact. So you have to indicate the current MRL, market readiness level. So not only TRL level is important now. Also market readiness level. Indicate your time to market in years. So how many years do you need to indicate your solution on the market? Describe the potential societal and industrial applications. So you will also have 1,000 characters to describe it. Another group of questions is how, idea or technology based, functions, use cases, add feature, additional features or unique features, main deliverables. So it's from the, let's say, project management, because this is not only a business project. It's also projects. Yeah. So you need to have define project objectives, tasks and work packages, and also deliverables, milestones, and so on and so on. Risk management, project management, and everything. Because if you get funded, you will have a project in Horizon Europe. So it's still a project. Information about the TRL, of course, and output of the project. So success criteria and information what will be at the end of the project. So this formula is not very complicated. I will show you also it on the platform. The second part, second stage is short application. We will give you guide for applicants, which is also available on the website. We will give you some more documents which are in different places. So we'll give you these documents as a one package. I'm not sure if it's today, but for sure after the webinar. which are really useful to prepare for the preparation, let's say, because all information about questions for short application, for full application, for all the stages, you will have in this guide for applicants. About the challenges you will have in work program. Because at the platform, you cannot open full application at that moment, right? Because you don't even start to prepare short application. So the rest is closed. So we also have in the document from another website, not template, but it's kind of template, yeah. So questions for full application. What we also have is taxonomy. It's keywords about the line of your business and areas of your innovation, which you can choose, so you can prepare it before. Okay, so about the short application, generally we will have three areas. First is excellence, and in excellence, the most important things you have to define and prepare. It's degree of novelty and timing for the innovation. The second is impact. So the most important thing in that section is scale-up potential, financial needs, and broader impact. It means, what does it mean, broader? When we assess and evaluate the application, for us, broader means something more than challenges you already answered. So it means societal challenges, economical challenges, climate challenges, and so on and so on. Okay, so you need to find more societal challenges and find this and define impact of your innovation in these areas also. It means broader. And the third section is level of risk, implementation, and need for union support. What is also important, team capability and motivation. It is in general. But what does it mean? You have to what you have to prepare. What does it mean? Risk. Let's say short risk register. Implementation. It is connected to this project management. So tasks, objectives, description of work packages and tasks, deliverables, and so on. Need for union support. It means you have to present your situation, that if you apply for blended finance, you have to prove that you are not bankable. And if you apply for grant, so you have to give some information about funding your innovation after 8 TRL. So you have to really think and create this project in a really smart way, because it might be a little tricky in some areas. And the full proposal, it's what will be assessed. So it's similar, of course, sections are the same: excellence, impact, and level of risk, implementation, and need for union support. So what will be assessed? In the excellence, technological feasibility. So it might be the company might have a prototype, so TRL 5th or 6th minimum. What will be assessed also? IPR, timing, degree of novelty. in impact, scale-up potential, financial needs, market analysis, but market analysis not general analysis. You also need some deeper analysis like target market groups, competitiveness and competitive companies, competitive solutions, etc. Yes, including competitive analysis. Commercialization strategy for each target groups. Key partners if you have partners already, and this broader impact, of course. In level of risk, implementation and need for union support is the same, but also team, clear implementation plan. So it might be a really detailed implementation plan. These work packages and tasks have to be really detailed, constructed. High investment risk, market risk assessed and mitigated. About the submission and remote evaluation. So you will have some more forms, and you need to answer a list of questions in the form of an online questionnaire. I will show you in few minutes. Define the type of funding. So you need to choose if it's grant and investment, or grant only, or grant first, or investment only, which you're applying for. Propose the set of milestones, and of course answer all these questions I showed before. On the platform, as I said, you will have also interviews. As I said, they might take place either in Brussels or remotely on this platform with the special video conference tool. And if you are invited for the interview, you will get the letter, invitation letter 2 weeks before. So it's not a long time actually to prepare, but when you prepare the full application, you are already very well prepared. So what else? Date and time of the interview, and address and directions, and of course instructions. Some of instructions you already have because Darek told you. And next webinar on the next webinar we'll show you or give you some more details from our experience as an evaluator, so it will be more practical. More info. There are some links to useful pages. Actually, these pages are basement. So first link is to funding and tenders portal, on which you have to register your company, you and your company. I will show you also this portal. The second one is application for accelerator portal. This one I've already described, and also general SME website to find more info. I want to also tell you about the support. Darek share some thoughts about it. So before the short application, you always can ask for support, national contact points, which you can find on this link on the website. You have a link, and on this website you have to choose your country, and when you put your country, you will have a list of addresses and contacts, and also EEINs, because European enterprise networks, they also support companies, especially in business model preparation. So we really recommend you to use this help, this support, NCP for application preparation, and this European Enterprise Network for checking your innovation, and also creating good business model, and maybe some advices on market analysis, but more business-oriented things. Okay. All right. So now I would like to. Okay, I stop share the presentation and start share my internet. So here you have a site for Enterprise European Network, so you can find some more information and find the right office for your country. Okay, and funding and tenders. When you open this website, you have to register. Registration is here. Yeah. But I am already logged in. So you can check the national contact point. Here is the selection of a country. So when you put here.
Anya, we don't see the screen, only you.
Oh, I'm sorry. So I have to share the screen. Okay, now do you see the screen?
Yes, correct.
Okay, thank you. All right, so here you have a, for example, Poland, right? We click search, and now you can see the contact, and so on. Okay, the next one website is this funding and tender portal, on which you have to register. Yeah. Register and then login. And why I show it to you? Because when you open this first website, application, which you can use for application, this portal with artificial intelligence from EIC. So they ask you to log in with EU login. So first you have to register here, register your company to obtain PIC number. And when you have this PIC number, you can apply for any other also grant or funding from Horizon Europe and other EU programs, because we have here more programs. There's Horizon Europe is only one here, okay? So the second time when you have, while you are registered, you just can put login. And okay, now the portal. When you logged in, you have the information at the beginning that EI platform is fully open for step 1 application, maybe submitted at any time. There's no deadlines, and but you have to be aware that for short applications submitted less than 6 weeks before the cutoff, if successfully, you may face time constraints in the preparation of the full application for the subsequent cutoff date. What does it mean? It means that you have to submit short application at least 6 weeks before the full application cutoff date to give time evaluators to evaluate your proposal, your short proposal, because it needs some time, of course. And if you are successful, you will get this information on time to have enough time to prepare full application. So you need this. You need to submit your short application at least 6 weeks before cutoff of full application. Close. Okay, so here we have the first page. So it's discovery, diagnostic, and design step. So you have all these steps here. Yeah, and help desk. You can contact to IT help desk, and from my experience, they answering really fast. And if you need any support, don't hesitate to write to them. My account, of course, some other information, and here also you have, but in little different layout, what you would like to start. So discovery or diagnostic or design. This is not available now, but it's in the store, so some support. Let's try this discovery, okay? Just to show you how it looks like and which information you have here. And I think, I hope that you will try to use this portal a little later, of course. So scheme, theme, title, identifier, yeah, example. So you have to put some information here. Select what is the purpose of your project. So if it's training and mobility, R&D infrastructure, you have also information about this in this black spaces. Yeah, and at the end, search. Diagnostic. We already seen the questions. I've started something which is unmanned, but we can continue. So if it's new product or new service or new process, so you have to define type of your innovation, and the area, the name of the project, acronym, describe, why, etc., and so on. Yeah, here you have such selection that you can use in very simple way. Yeah. Okay, I think 8 minutes left, so I think we covered everything for now. We'll focus next time on more practical advices.